welcome to the channel. In today's episode, we will be making chili because it's cold outside. And this is the perfect day for a nice hot bowl of chili. So today's ingredients consist of ground turkey. I will be using ground turkey in my recipe. Black beans. The rest of my crushed Italian tomatoes. Seasonings will be chili powder, ground pepper. I might put in these crushed red pepper flakes. I'm not sure about those yet. Also a little ground cumin, some onion powder, and garlic powder. These are the only ingredients that I will be using in this recipe for today. So we will go ahead and get started. I did forget one thing. I did forget my onion, so I'm going to grab my onion because we need to get that sliced and diced. I think I'm going to also add in a little minced garlic as well. So that completes all the ingredients for today's recipe. This will be dinner for today, and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to slice our onions. I'm removing the thicker layer of the onion once you get the actual skin off. Okay, so here I will go ahead and slice my onion. So we're going to slice the onion. And we'll only use a half an onion in this meal. So the onion is prepped. Now we're going to go ahead and we are going to cut the ground turkey open, and we're going to fry the meat. Now turkey doesn't make its own oil, so you have to help it out a little bit. Put my fire on medium. Now some folks use a frying pan to cook their meat. I'm just going to use the pan that I am going to be making my chili in. And we will fry the meat that way. So we'll go ahead and add our ground turkey. And we'll let that cook. Okay. Now, this is not 100% thawed like I thought it was, but it's okay. It will cook down. So I'll let this do its thing until we get this cooked all the way down before we add our onion. Okay, now that the meat is thoroughly thawed out, and as you can see it is cooking down, we can go ahead and add our onion and our garlic, a little garlic. So we'll go ahead and let the onions cook up. And guys, I didn't make mention earlier when I read the list of ingredients off. I didn't make mention earlier that you also need tomato sauce. So I'm going to grab that out of the cupboard in just a second. I'm not going to put too much garlic in here. Because you will need some type of tomato sauce to go in the chili. Now some folks use tomato paste as well as tomato sauce, but I don't have tomato paste, so I'm only going to use a thing of tomato sauce. And I do have that here. I'm only working with the ingredients that I have in my home because I really didn't want to step outside in all that coldness today. So, okay, so the onions are starting to caramelize as well as the garlic, and it's smelling really good. So what we're going to do now is we'll drain off a little bit of grease that's in the pan here before we add our next step. Now this is a cool colander. It's just a half a colander. You put it on the side of your pan to drain the liquid from any of your dishes. So I'm going to be using this today. Just bear with me here. We have drained the liquid. turn it down on low. And we'll start adding we'll add our tomatoes. I wanted to finish those up from yesterday. I'm going to open up my can of black beans. We're going to add our black beans. And I'm going to open up the can of tomato sauce. So I rinsed and drained the beans right here in the can. I'm going to go ahead and add them to my ground turkey. Black beans are one of my favorite beans to cook with. We're also going to add a can of garlic and herb pasta sauce. I used garlic and herb, so I'll add in the pasta sauce. And I just add a little water to the can just to get the rest of it off. Just to get all that extra goodness out of the can. Okay. We still got some in here a little bit. Get that out. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and add our seasonings. Now, usually I season my meat first, but I kind of jumped the gun and I poured in all the other ingredients before. So, make sure you add a generous amount of seasonings. It's going to be to your liking. Just ground pepper. Okay. We're going to add a little chili powder to this. And we'll taste test as we go along. I'm going to add a little cumin. Don't need much of this because this goes a long way. I think that's enough. I'll try it again. I'll taste it and make sure I didn't overdo it with the cumin. Okay, so go ahead and stir this up. We'll turn the fire back on here. We'll get this all blended together. I like to add a little sugar to my tomato sauce just to cut that tangy tardiness taste from it. So we'll let this simmer for a little bit. And we'll go ahead and grab a little sugar. And we'll put a lid on it and we'll just let it cook. Stir this up. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to add a little bit of crushed peppers, because we like a little bit of a spicy chili, but not too many crushed peppers. Just enough to give it that nice spicy taste. Okay. We'll keep it on low and we'll just let this simmer for maybe about half hour or so. We'll just keep coming back and checking it. I'm going to top it with a lid, and of course I grabbed the wrong lid. This is not the lid. Just top it with this lid here. We'll let it simmer on low, and while this is simmering, we're going to go ahead and clean up, and we will check on it in a little bit. Okay, we are now done simmering and the chili is done, and here you have it. Black bean chili. Thank you all for watching. I hope you consider joining my channel. Until then, have a good Sunday and a nice rest of your day.